Hello, I am doing the Advent of Code Day 1 in Rust. Advent of Code 2020 Day 1. After saving Christmas 5 years in a row, you've decided to take a vacation at a nice resort in Tropical Island. Surely Christmas will go on without you. The Tropical Island has its own currency and is entirely cash only. The gold coins used there have a little picture of a starfish. The locals call them stars. None of the currency exchanges seem to have heard of them, but somehow you'll need to find 50 of these coins by the time you arrive so you can pay the deposit on your room. To save your vacation, you need to get all 50 stars by December 25th. Of course, it's now January something, 15, whatever, 13. Collect stars by solving puzzles. 2 puzzles will be made available on each day on the advent calendar. The second puzzle is unlocked when you complete the first. Each puzzle grants 1 star. Good luck. Okay, so this is the whole overview. Before you leave, the elves in accounting just need you to fix your expense report. The puzzle input. Apparently something isn't quite adding up. Specifically, they need you to find the 2 entries that sum up to 2020 and then multiply those 2 numbers together. For example, suppose your expense report contained these numbers. In this list, the 2 entries that sum to 2020 and 1721 and 299. Sum to 1721 and 299. Multiplying together produces 1721 and 299. 514579. So the correct answer is 514579. Of course, your expense report is much larger. Find the 2 entries that sum to 2020. What do you get if you multiply them together? Please identify yourself. Okay. Get your puzzle input. I guess we'll just go Control Alt Copy Paste. We'll go day 1. Cargo new day 1. CD day 1. Cat to input dot text. We'll just go code dot. Make a new one. Open the main. That was a mouse, like a typo with a mouse. Okay, so first we want to open the file, and I think there is a standard read strings, read something to do with a read string. Read string, read to string. There you go. Standard IO read, it'll be somewhere in there. I'm pretty sure it's in standard IO. Read to string, not standard in the we want a file. Well, let's look at that and find what the thing we want. Okay, let's go to the beginning. Let's go standard IO. Search for the word string in here. I'll just go in here. In Rust, how to read a file into lines. Read lines, that's what it was. There you go. So you just copy and paste all of that. Bleh. That was easy. That's when I destroy my Vim shortcut. Shift Control and delete. Whatever. Paste. I would like to use anyhow, so I'll just add it in here. Cargo add anyhow. I can't do GG. Use anyhow result, and then we'll return a result of nothing. Okay, now we're going to read lines. Where did I get that from? Read lines. That's here. File open. File buffer. That's not the easy way to do it. Okay. Output is trapped in there. I think it's read lines. If we search in here, read lines. Read link. So close. I'm pretty sure there's literally it's read to string. Okay. In Rust, how to read a file into a string. I just want to get the whole thing. Read to string. Standard FS read to string. So we don't need that. We don't need that. So we just go read to string. to string input.text. That's a string. I'll just store it in a variable. Done. And then we want to split it into lines, so we go input.lines, then we go dot map. Each one should be a, whatchamacallit, a number. So that's the line, and we want to turn it into a number, so we say we're going to return, I'm guessing, a U size. And we'll just go line.pass, and then we just go OK. We'll do a flat map, so it'll turn anything it can't pass into a nothing, and then we'll just ignore it, which is terrible. But it'll get the job done. I'm pretty sure the Python people do the same, right? I don't like to. Okay, let's let's just fail if there's any line file.collect. So we'll just go let input, and we'll call it a vec of U size equals input.line. So we don't need to specify a return type now because it'll figure it out, maybe. And also we want to make that a result, and then it will automatically fail if there's any errors and turn it into that. And then we go input equals input question mark, so it gets rid of the results, and now we've got a vec of U size. Yay! Now we want to iterate it twice for every single combination. I guess we need a nested for loop, right? But we want to do it in, okay, let's do it in a nested for loop. For A equals for A in input, for B in input. But we don't want to do the same one. We don't want to add the same one by itself. So we could just go, okay, for I in 0 input dot length len, for J in 0 input dot len. If I equals J, then continue. Right? I'm gonna put here okay, so that it accepts the return value, doesn't have all that red stuff. We can do that in, what is that word, iterator standard style. So we can go 0 dot input dot len dot zip 0 input dot len. So we're doing a range from 0 to input dot len, when zipping it with another range dot filter. I'll call it I and J. It needs to be in a tuple. And we only want ones where I is not equal to J. So we've done the same thing as an nested loop. Yay. Looks terrible though, but anyway. Will it make it look nice? No, it won't. Okay. Next, we want to go, we get all the sums. Dot filter, dot map, so we want to turn it into the actual numbers. IJ becomes input, another input dot I, input J, turn it into the numbers. That's nice. Okay. Next dot, we want to filter to find only the ones that add up to, I always do find because we only need one. Find I will call it AB now. A plus B equals, what is that word? 2020. Then we will go, that will return an option. So we go dot map, turn the option. Yeah, we're going to still have AB. That's good. And then we're going to turn it A times B. And turn gives us the option, and we can go here dot inspect AB. We use log. We use println. Two entries are, and then we'll put A and B. AB. Then let's say we go to the map, and then let answer equals that. And we'll go. That's an option, right? So it should just work. If let some answer, if it turns out to have something in it, println, the answer is that, else answer not found. There you go. Will that work? Doesn't like inspect. Okay. Next error. What's the problem? No method name inspect for enum. So inspect doesn't work on options. That's so sad. Okay, we'll just put in here then. Okay, entries. I've got AB. AB equals. Then we've got an option. It's an option with of a tuple inside it. We'll just go, okay, entries equals that. Done. So we don't get the inspect. That's sad. Okay. And then I guess we can put that here. If some AB, it's going to be the entries, we can just put here entries are A and that, and A and B. There you go. Save. That's A times B. Basically that's the answer, right? Okay, done. Let's run it. Go to the terminal, new terminal, cargo run, and didn't like dot parse. We've got to put dot into whatever. So it's the parsing of the integer will turn a parse into error, and we found dot. We wanted it to be anyhow error, so we will go. Where's the dot parse? We will go dot into. I wonder if it'll just work. No, it won't. Okay, fine. Then we'll put standard result with whatever error it has done. Standard result. Next error. That's not used. Yes, it is, because we're returning it unused, like around the tree right there. We're using it. Unused import, but we're using it. What's wrong with you? Okay, let's see what the terminal says. Run. Answer not found. Okay, let's do some debugging. Let's see if we got the input. Where does it go? Debug. Input. You know what? I'll just print it out like that. Okay. Is that going to fail because I'm moving the entry? Don't move it, borrow it. Okay. Thank you. So the input has stuff in it. Great. Okay. And we're able to convert it to use size. Yeah. Now we're filtering it to find where I not equals j. We have to put an inspect in here to make sure it's actually finding stuff. J. Okay, let's run that. So the filters actually, well, let's put the zip in there then. So the filters actually, we're only getting it where I is not equal to J. We're zipping it, we're not doing the combination of loops, that's what it is. Okay, forget that, don't need to inspect, I know what's going on. We need to make it have every single combination. There is that thing called editor tools. Okay, and Rust iterator, how to view every combination of two, I don't even call it lists, iterators, combinator, all unique permutations of a sequence. Let's look at the cheat sheet. Like I want to turn a nested loop. Okay, how to turn a nested for loop into Rust iterators. That'll do the trick. Convert nested loops into iterators. Thank you, Stack Overflow. You're the best. Where's the answer? Don't unwrap, instead generate an iterator of results. Okay, that isn't really the right question. realms.editor.flatmap. That's right. So you get, okay, I get you. So we go through I to J, and then we go .flatmap I, and we return all the tuples of I plus another range. No, we've got to do it like this. 0 input dot len dot map. That's going to give us J. We want to return an iterator of I, J. Don't need that anymore. Now that makes sense. So we go from 0 to whatever the length of the list is, and then we're going to flat map that and go through the list again, and we call it J, and we're mapping I to J. Then we're filtering that I and J don't mean the same thing. Okay, and that will give us answer. Let's give it a go. Boot up. What kind of message is this? Shrink the text so I can read it. People on YouTube probably can't read it now, but whatever. No good. Closure may outlive the current function, but it borrows. So we've got to move. In the flat map, we've got to move I into it. That makes sense. I just not completed it. Here we've got to move it. Does that make sense? Okay. Closure return here. Okay, and run. Yay! 306, 1644. Answer is 618144. Copy. Shift Control C. Stick it in the answer. Did we win? Yay! 1 gold star. I will now stop the recording.